The year is 1888. Picture London. A thick fog covers the streets, making everything mysterious. Out of this fog, a nightmare appears. Jack the Ripper. He showed up in London's Whitechapel district. This was a poor and scary place. He picked out women who were easy targets, and they became his victims. His crimes? Cruel, savage, impossible to forget. The city was terrified. Who was this monster? Everyone wanted to know. Fear was everywhere. Jack the Ripper became a symbol of terror, his name whispered in fear. Whitechapel was totally different from the fancy parts of London. It was a place of terrible poverty. Too many people dirty and dangerous. For many, life was just trying to survive. Some women became prostitutes to live. It was their last option. These women walked the streets, easy targets and forgotten. They were easy for a bad guy to hurt. The police were overloaded with work. The Ripper seemed to disappear into thin air. This made everyone even more scared. Whitechapel became a hunting ground and nobody felt safe. 5 women are connected to Jack the Ripper forever. Their names were Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Edowers and Mary Jane Kelly. Each woman was poor, just trying to get by. They were mothers, daughters, sisters. The Ripper took away their futures. Their lives ended in a horrible way. Their deaths shocked everyone in England. The murders were unbelievably brutal. The newspapers wanted answers, they wanted justice, but Jack the Ripper was never caught. Jack the Ripper didn't just kill, he hurt his victims badly. His crimes felt personal, like he was really angry. The precise cuts looked like he knew about the human body. Throats were cut deeply, killing them instantly. Bodies were disfigured, organs taken out. The Ripper seemed to enjoy the carnage, leaving a bloody mess for the police. The awful murders scared even the toughest police officers. What kind of monster could do this? Everyone wanted to know. The police really wanted to catch Jack the Ripper, but it was really hard. Whitechapel was a maze of dark alleys and hidden places. People who saw things didn't always tell the truth. They were too afraid. The Ripper seemed to be playing games with the police. He sent letters to them, signed Jack the Ripper. These letters just made things more confusing. Were they real or fake? Even though they tried hard, the police never caught the Ripper. The investigation was a big failure. The case went cold, but the legend of Jack the Ripper lived on. Over the years, many people have been thought to be Jack the Ripper. Some were well-known criminals, others seemed like normal guys. Each theory has people who believe it and people who don't. Was it Montague John Druitt, a lawyer who killed himself soon after the murders? Or Walter Sickert, the painter with a dark secret? Or maybe Aaron Kosminski, a man from Poland who was very paranoid? The evidence isn't clear. Without someone admitting to it, we'll never know for sure who Jack the Ripper really was. More than 100 years later, we're still interested in Jack the Ripper. Why? Maybe it's because the crimes were never solved. We like mysteries, trying to figure things out. Or maybe it's how brutal the murders were. We are both horrified and interested in the bad side of human nature. The Ripper's crimes make us think about the monsters hiding in the dark. For whatever reason, Jack the Ripper still grabs our attention. His story reminds us that some mysteries might never be solved. Jack the Ripper has become a famous figure. His story has been told many times in books, movies, and TV shows. From Sherlock Holmes to From Hell, the Ripper still captures our imagination. These made-up stories often change the facts. They mix history and imagination. They remind us how interested we are in this unsolved mystery. Jack the Ripper's legacy is complicated. He is a real monster and a made-up character. His story is a warning, a reminder of the evil that can hide inside people. The fog might be gone from Whitechapel, but the mystery of Jack the Ripper is still here. He is a ghost story, a warning, and an unsolved puzzle. We may never know who he was or why he did what he did, but his crimes still affect us, reminding us that life is fragile and some mysteries are very powerful. The search for Jack the Ripper continues. New theories come up. Old evidence is looked at again. But the answer is still out there, hidden in the past. And so, the legend lives on.